this doesn't really affect us right at the moment, but the turkey bag limit is dropped to 2, which really doesn't affect me because I usually kill one and I'm pretty much done after that.
That's all you can find?
Yeah, sometimes, you know how it is.
The award-winning Tennessee WildCast is on the air with the latest on hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. Make welcome your host, drummer and outdoor expert novice, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. We're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for watching, for listening. We got a great show lined up for you today where it's all about hunting seasons. The hunting guide is out, Barry.
The hunting guide is here. Everybody should have gotten one in the mail if you're a sportsman or lifetime license holder. If you don't have one of those, go down to one of your license agents. They should have them. And read through them because there are some changes.
Yeah, some good changes, things I think people will appreciate. Like Barry said, you should have got one in the mail if you're one of those license holders that we mail the magazine to. It came out as part of that subscription, and but everybody got one this year. If you have that license, if you didn't get one and you think you should have, make sure your address is updated in the system. Go outdoorstennessee.com. Make sure that address is updated, emails updated, phone number, and things like that. So when things like this come out, you get it in the mail. So
stay up to date with TWRA.
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited. Barry's got a hard copy in hand, and then we're going to pull it up on the website and show people who are watching, show some of the changes and click through some of the website so you can see that. But we're going to cover a lot, and then we're going to cover some things about Region 2, Barry's area here. Barry is our Outreach and Communications Coordinator for Region 2 of Tennessee. Yep. So
I am that guy in Region 2, and I enjoy talking about Region 2. They do a lot of good work down here, and there's a lot of opportunity in this area, and it's the same way across the state. I'm not saying we're better than 1, 3, and 4, but we are. Just saying.
It's amazing. Our state is so diverse. You got opportunities.
It is. It is.
Opportunities you can't have in Middle Tennessee, you have in East and West, and it's crazy.
Yeah. And a lot of people travel, across the state to hunt different areas, and we get a lot of people from East Tennessee coming down to deer hunt and turkey hunt. But then a lot of people from here go up to East Tennessee, go trout fishing, or so it is a diverse state, and it's just a fun place to be. So I hope everybody decides to get out this year and do a little hunting, or just be out in the woods and enjoy time with family and friends. I mean, it's one of the things I'm really passionate about. So
yeah, yep, it's a good time to get out, starting to cool off just a little bit. And going to be fun. So let me pull up the website real fast, and if you're watching, this will be beneficial. If not, make sure you go to our website, tnwildlife.org, and you can check out some of the stuff that we're talking about today. But if you look at the home page, the button there with the truck is our hunting and trapping guide. That's the hunter there, turkey hunting next to the truck. That's going to be a link to the online version of our hunting guide, and once you get there, you're going to have the option to pull up the PDF of the hard copy, and you can explore through the book that way, or you can click through these buttons here and get to some of the stuff. But we're going to cover what's new, and that's at the bottom. There's the button, the green button there. It says Tennessee Wildlife Hunting and Trapping Guide. That'll take you to the PDF version. But we're going to cover some of the what's new for 2002, 2003 hunting season.
There's not a lot of changes, but there are some changes, and people need to pay attention to that because, you don't want to get caught doing the wrong thing.
A lot of beneficial things here.
Yeah, exactly. That type 094, you no longer need that if you're going to harvest antlerless deer on big game hunts on private land. So that's beneficial. You're still going to have it if you're hunting on a WMA, but, being able to harvest doe and reduce the doe population on your own property is going to be easier,
right? I think, and it helps when you're taking somebody hunting. It's one less permit they have to have.
Absolutely,
trying to recruit new people. So,
and of course, this doesn't really affect us right at the moment, but the turkey bag limit is dropped to 2, which really doesn't affect me because I usually kill one and I'm pretty much done after that.
That's all you can find?
Yeah, sometimes, you know how it is. I'm getting older too. I don't chase them as hard as I used to.
Yeah,
But
it's fun though.
But that is something you need to pay attention to coming up this spring.
Yeah, and there's only one Jake allowed too. And our website has improved. We've added some buttons. I'm gonna click here if you're watching. You can come down and see how to identify an adult gobbler and know the difference between a gobbler and a Jake. But yeah, so that information that is one change that y'all need to be aware of. So Young Sportsman Hunt is in April 8th and on April 8th and 9th, 2023. Shotgun archery season is April 15th through May 28th.
And that's a change.
Yeah, it did back up a little bit.
It backed up about 2 weeks, and that's an effort to protect turkey populations and allow some breeding to get done. And we know that people like to get out there and hunt, but we want birds to hunt too. So we're doing different things, trying to ensure that the population is going to stay strong, and I think the hunters actually understand that and embrace it. So it's what we have to do. I mean,
yeah. Also, there's been some changes on a few select WMAs, so check your guide, check your favorite WMA, and make sure those, if there's been changes to that property, those before heading out. And then overall on WMAs, there's no fanning or reaping for turkeys on WMAs. If you're may not be familiar with that, but it's hunting behind a fan or something that looks like a turkey fan to make it easy for you to approach one and get up on one a little easier. It also is very dangerous.
Also makes you look like a turkey to somebody that you may not know is in the area.
Right.
So we don't want to have any accidents, and that's just the way we got to do that.
Commission passed that this year, so that's the turkey update. So let's see, what else is new for this year? Buck limits.
Yeah, you got the buck limit in unit CWD is increased to 3.
Yeah.
And then along that line, that the Earn a Buck program allows you to earn a buck if you kill an antlerless deer. It used to be 2 antlerless. Now it's only 1 antlerless. So you can earn a buck by killing a doe.
Yeah.
And that should be a lot easier for folks. I mean,
that's big.
A lot less work, but you still get the benefit. So
yeah, well, the statewide season for deer is 2, and it has been for a while. But in unit CWD now, you got that third antler opportunity, and like Barry said, there's replacement bucks, there's earn a bucks, there's some incentive programs that you can check out on our website. An easy way to get there is CWDintennessee.com. And that'll take you to the CWD section of our site. But check out all those incentive programs there. See the units, the high risk and the positive counties, and pay attention to that, because just because it's high risk doesn't mean it's in the unit. So,
and it does not mean it falls under the incentive programs. I mean, that's
correct. Yeah. So just read up on that and make sure you read across all those pages. One big thing is Unit CWD extended to January 31st. So season is extended a little bit there for that unit.
I mean, for you deer hunters, there's opportunity over in Unit 1 to go out and hunt as long as you want to. If you can find a spot to hunt, and if you're wanting to harvest a lot of deer, you can do it over there.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean that you can go over there and kill 3 extra bucks.
Right. It's 3 total for that unit, 2 total for the state, and then, like I said, if you earn a buck or have that replacement buck, those are that'll add to your bag. But
yeah, the Earn a Buck program will allow you to kill extra bucks, and those don't count towards your statewide limit. So
right.
The other thing that's big for this time of year, and we heard a lot about this, was the nitro fire stick.
Yeah.
And
we're getting questions about that.
We didn't go,
social,
okay, we didn't all of a sudden go, okay, that's legal. The commission actually changed the definition of what is a muzzleloader in Tennessee. And so as long as the projectile is loaded from the muzzle, it's a muzzleloader. If there's a firearm that the projectile can be loaded from the breech, not a muzzleloader. But the fire stick falls into that, where the only thing being loaded from the breech is the ignition. So the fire stick is legal, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that. And get out there and have fun with them.
I think I'll just stick with my old fashioned.
I got my old CVA.
I'll pour the powder.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's not. I guess we're not promoting CVA, but CVA is a good gun. That's what I've got. But yeah, so that change, benefit those folks who want to upgrade their muzzleloader to a different system.
Right.
So,
and everybody wants to get out during muzzleloader season, and this is a good way for people to do it. And we hate to restrict, somebody that's already bought one of those weapons, so it's still a muzzleloader.
Still takes the time to load it.
It's kind of like when we were talking about archery, and we brought in crossbows, and everybody's upset about crossbows. Hey, we're all just hunting. Yeah. So get out there and hunt with whatever's legal, and have a good time. So, outside of that, we had some bag limits changed for opossum and raccoon. Then, bobcat season was extended, but there's not a whole lot that I see.
Before we leave deer, let me go up here and just kind of help people navigate just a little bit. The big game button on the hunting and trapping guide page of the website will take you to the big game section. You can click deer hunting, turkey, elk, bear, choose your big game animal. We're going to click deer for this and scroll down here so you can see the units, but also see the dates. So if you're watching, you can kind of keep an eye on that. But next week is the early August season, which has been around 3 years, maybe now 4 years, but
3-4 years, yeah.
You can go after a buck, a antlered deer in velvet. Most of the time, they're still in velvet. August 28th or 26th through the 28th. So, just want to make that note. You'll see a difference in dates for the young sportsman, for the archery, for the gun and muzzleloader opening dates. Those are a little bit different in Unit CWD. But if you want to go after some velvet antlered deer this season, it's coming up. But just check this chart on our website under the big game section. Click deer, and you'll have all that there to review. So we'll go back. One thing I wanted to touch on for you folks who hunt out in East Tennessee and chase bear, there's been some changes to the bear zones, and that's some things that are new this season. So there's a look at that, those boundaries and the different zones for bear hunting. So that's something I'd like to try someday. I hadn't ever had a chance to do that, but there's the bear seasons on that page. So that's kind of a look at our hunting and trapping guide online, all the things that were new there, and then all the buttons here to get you to the license and permits, the season summaries, the hunting regulations, small game, waterfowl, and migratory bird, big game, everything related to hunting, where to hunt. It's all right there. So check that out, and I'm gonna click over here and just show a PDF version. Like I said, if you didn't get it in the mail, it's here online. You can scroll through the guide and check it out online in the PDF version. So it's great. Don't forget the app too. I haven't mentioned the app in a while on the show, but the Go Outdoors Tennessee app. You can buy your license just right there in the app. You can check the hunting guides there, all the seasons and things like that. So interactive maps and all that fun stuff can be found in the guide or on the app, and also get you in and out of the woods. So Barry, let's jump into what's going on in Region 2. We've been talking about hunting season and archery season.
Let's continue with hunting season, because the next thing we got coming up is dove season.
Yes.
And in Region 2, people start calling us pretty quick, going, "Where's the dove field I can go to?" Well, we've got a lot of dove fields on our WMAs, and those will be there again this year. So, you've got everything from Old Hickory to Percy Priest, Yanali, Laurel Hill. Bart Camp Barrens, these places have dove fields worked up, and I will go ahead and mention one that I know. If it's not good, I will be surprised because Percy Priest
Oh, yeah?
has been a barn burner over the last few years, and it's one of those that you have to go out, get there early, and draw and get your stake and position so that you can get out there and hunt. But they kill 800-900 doves in a day out there, and so it's a good hunt. A lot of these others are good hunts, and I tell everybody every year, dove hunting is really largely weather dependent. You either have the doves or you don't have the doves, but a lot of that depends on what the weather's been doing. Find one close to you, go out there, and pray for good weather and a good hunt.
You've been out to Priest lately with shooting some video of some work they've been doing out there and
Wildlife
improving
management,
habitat.
Yeah. I'm working on a video right now about wildlife management and fire, and they use fire a lot of times to manage habitat so that number one, it's cheap. You don't have to burn a lot of diesel to do fire management.
Right.
But these burns, what comes back are native plant life, and that native plant life generally is richer in nutrients and it's better for native animals. So it's a pretty interesting way of managing. Mark Vance, the manager out there, he did a patchwork of burns so that he's got multiple layers of habitat. He's got 1 year burn. He's got something that's burned 5 years ago, and then he's got woods. So he's got multiple types of habitat that he's working on. Same thing down at Yanali. They did a burn. They sent me some video for that burn, and what the manager said, it looks like a moonscape, and it did. He had a great burn. Everything all the way down to the ground was just gone. I mean, it was interesting to see, but I went back a week after that, and it already sprouted up and was about 5 inches tall.
Yeah.
I went back a month. I went back 3 months, and now the grass and vegetation is so tall that you can't even see deer out in there. I was out there shooting video of songbirds because they use that habitat
Sure,
too.
yeah.
And I saw something way off in the field, and I thought, man, that's a big old bird. And I got to zoomed in, and about 200 yards away, there's 2 deer standing there looking at me, and they're shaking their head because the bugs are on their ears. And but I could barely see them. And my point is, that's a lot of browse. That's a lot of food that's out there in that field. Everything from seeds to just the soft ends of the plants that deer can eat, of course, it's cover for small game.
Yep.
And so it's a lot of. That's what the video is going to be about. Just
Sure.
how this habitat, in conjunction with other habitats that we have on these management areas, is beneficial. And so
It's amazing what
I get excited
what
about
can
it.
be in those seed beds too. I mean, you
Right.
burn that field
Right.
and things come back you didn't know was there. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
So yeah, Percy Priest, great place to go hunt.
And we've got get on our page and go to Go Outdoors Tennessee. Look at our events page,
Right.
Because we do have some youth hunts that are going to be coming up. You want to get signed up for those. One of them is down at Haley Jaquith. The other one I think of is over at Old Hickory, Barton Springs, and so just be aware that events page is there.
Yep.
And go look. I will say this: we're not having the Steve Brown Memorial Youth Hunt down in Murray County this year, and we usually do that as a partnership with the Ag Extension down there in Spring Hill, and we had a crop failure this year. Heat and
That happens, yeah.
It's just not going to be a good hunt. So instead of trying to salvage it, we're just not going to have it this year, and want people to be aware of that. So
So go outdoorstennessee.com, click on the events tab, and you'll find events happening in Region 2 and all the other regions across the state. If you're on our website, you get to the dove hunting section through the waterfowl and migratory bird page, click dove hunting or dove, and then it'll take you to where you can find the map for each region.
And everybody's going to start calling about lease fields.
Yeah.
And we're working on lease fields. We're talking to people. We're working on lease fields. And the reason that we always wait till the last minute to give you information about lease fields is we're looking for the best fields to lease.
Right.
And I talked to the manager this morning, and just want to let everybody know, that is in progress. Once we secure those fields, we will let everybody know where they are. You will have time to make plans and get out to them. But it's just a process, and we're going through it right now, and we're going to hopefully come up with some of the best fields we can find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we try to lease as many as we can all across the state, give opportunity.
Yeah.
We got our fields, and they're there, and they're being worked. And
I think we should have a dove hunt as the communications division. this
Okay.
year.
Yeah. That sounds
Say
good.
something to Emily about that.
a noon start time.
Yeah.
September 1, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, you want to cover archery?
Man, I love talking about archery.
That's your game,
that's
too.
That's my thing, yeah. This is the time of year when everybody starts thinking about, hey, I need to get my bow out and need to start shooting. And It's
Right.
been kind of hot, I know, but those of us that like to shoot archery and like to hunt with archery, this is that time of year. And we have opportunity. Over here in Davidson County, we've got Stones River Hunter Ed Center, the Stones River Range there. They have archery on that site. It will cost you a fee to get in there and shoot archery, but that's where it is here in Davidson County. Now, outside of that, we have Cheatham County up there at Cheatham WMA.
Right.
There's an archery range there. We're doing a little work on that, trying to get it back in shape, but it should be available in the next week or so. Of course, down in Williamson County at the Ag Center there, we have an archery range set up there on the hill. Right now, those targets are down because of the Williamson County Fair, but as soon as the Williamson County Fair is over, the targets will be back out, so they should be back out in the next, what the fair ends on the 13th, so they should be out.
They should be
after
out now,
that. Yeah. And then, of course, we've got a new range down at Yanali Park.
I know you're
in Murray
excited about
County.
those new
Yeah,
ones.
I
You've been
am.
working hard on those.
This one is a partnership. Williamson County is too. We partner with parks and ag places that will keep up the area, keep it mowed, keep trash picked up or whatever.
Have the space.
Yeah, and they got a space. And we go in and we make sure the targets are in good shape and shootable. So down at Yanali Park in Murray County, we worked with Murray County Parks. We got a range established on their property, and it is open. It has targets from 15 out to 50 yards, and so when you go down there's no fee, just like Williamson County, no fee to go shoot. You just pull up, get your bow out, go shoot. There are signs on the property giving you regulations, and one of the biggest I can say about it is no broadheads.
Oh,
That
no
is
broadheads.
important because the targets that we're putting out are, we call them blob targets. They're very sturdy as long as we're shooting field points. And that's the same thing with any other target that's out there on the market. If you're shooting broadheads, they don't last long. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that this is field point archery only. Go out there, do your practicing. If you want to practice with your broadhead,
Do that at home.
Go home and shoot your own target. But anyways, it's a great way to get out there and spend an hour or 45 minutes shooting. You can shoot different ranges. A lot of people like to practice at long range. And then there's one more range I forgot to mention down at Montgomery Bell State Park. We went down there and talked to them, and they said, we would like to have an archery range.
Yeah.
So we took them some targets. They're working on a range site right now. And I'll tell you, that one should be within the next 2 weeks done and open. It is unusual. I'd say unusual because usually you walk out to an archery range, it's wide open, targets are out there, and you just shoot. Montgomery Bell is a really kind of cool place because the targets are actually out into the woods.
Ah, yeah.
So it's really, if you just want to go out and shoot, feel like you're out in the woods.
Very
hunting
lifelike.
Yeah, it's almost like hunting.
You probably can't climb a tree and do anything.
No,
You stay on the trails.
No,
but
yeah, stay right. And stay on the shooting site. But that's going to be a good place for folks from White Bluff to Dixon. Burns. If you're in that area, and hopefully somewhere down the road, maybe we put more archery ranges in different places. I'd like to see opportunity. Houses are just crammed together anymore. It's hard to find 50 yards to shoot a bow, and these archery ranges I think will be important at some point. So yeah,
I like that partnership with the state parks. They got quite a bit of land and opportunities there that they can open up some of these, and especially the ones that really want to, the ones that have the manpower to keep maintenance up and things. And we're keeping the targets up and making sure those are there for them, right? And then provided some signage and rules. And speaking of rules and signage, don't bring your firearms to the archery range.
Yeah, I did get asked about what handguns could I shoot, and I was like, oh, it's archery only. So yeah, archery range is for archery only. Although if you want to shoot a gun, if you're planning on hunting and you need to sight that gun in, we do have ranges for that too. Right here in Middle Tennessee, we've got, of course, Stones River Range. You can go out there and shoot rifles at that range. You cannot shoot shotguns. That's not allowed there. That's out off Hobson Pike here in Davidson County. And then Cheatham, the range up there is open, and you can shoot your hunting rifle there. The other one we got is down in Yanali. Yanali is unique. It's only open October through December. It is a hunting rifle only range, so it is just specifically for sighting in your rifle for hunting season. And when you go down there, just know that the hours are not all day long.
Right.
I think it's open from 12 to 5, and it's only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
October through December.
Right. And so it's an interesting range. You're shooting through a tube. I've shot it and sighted my rifle in down there, and it's different, but it gets the job done. So just remember, that's not a plinking range. Don't go down there with your 9mm or your 223 or whatever and think you're just going to fire off a bunch of rounds. This is for sighting in a rifle. So,
all right, Barry, I think we covered a lot. Thank you for helping get the show going today, and fun to have you in studio.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with some more Reaching 2 stuff. We got some fishing habitat stuff and all that kind of stuff going on. So yeah.
Well, the weather's cooling down. Football's about to start. It's deer season going to fire.
Deer season.
So
that's
fall is here. If you've come to my house, there's pumpkins everywhere already. So
well,
fall is here. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this show. I hope you learned a lot. Keep coming back. This is Tennessee WildCast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee WildCast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.